cut Deathrite Shaman to do so. Alright. This hand's kind of close. Yeah, like Delicious Waffles, that's how I describe the 4-color control deck too, so it's like, I'm not sure why you'd want a worse combo matchup. I think this is borderline keepable. I think the fact that one of these is a Wasteland means this is fine. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then I drew the card that lets me know what I should do when I'm not sure what I want to do. Alright, well, the good news is we can Wasteland them off their only colored source that they have right now. And the bad news is this matchup's really bad for us. I was thinking about just Wastelanding them on one here anyways. Now we are definitely Wastelanding them on one. There's a Ghost Quarter that we knew about. No, I think this matchup's better for us than traditional lands is. I think, like, regular, like, I'm gonna crop rotate you lands is a much harder matchup than this. I would like to not get Chalice of the Voided next turn, preferably. And of course you drew a basic forest. Why not? Why not? Modern's actually really miserable. I have no desire to play Modern right now. Actually next to no desire to play Modern. Our land heavy hand's gonna be good against all these Wastelands that they have. I think I actually want these. If they go to Loam next turn, I'm gonna Daze them, I think. Just to, like, buy us some time. It's, like, not a great game plan, but, it's something. Yeah, sometimes you look at Legacy and you decide you feel like winning matches, so you register Brainstorm. I just don't enjoy the play pattern. Like, whether or not formats are good, bad, or otherwise is a subjective metric. And, like, I don't enjoy the play patterns that, the popular decks in Modern generate right now. I agree that Modern's as good as it's been since, I don't know, let's say... Twin was legal. Ooh, you let me go to my turn. God bless. Thought they were gonna wasteland me during my upkeep there. And like, yeah, 10 out of 10. Like, formats like Modern are completely subjective in whether or not you enjoy them. So it's not about formats being objectively good, bad, or otherwise, because you can't really measure that. A lot of these metrics are very, very subjective. Diabolic Edict is fine. Surgical Extraction is great. Let's board like we kind of have a chance. Maybe I need Daze in this matchup just to keep up with them. That's probably true. Is this a true name matchup or not? I need Lightning Bolts to kill Deathrite Shamans, so I feel like that's the case. I feel like I just have to get under them, so I probably can't cut the Dazes. Maybe I can trim Probes in this matchup since I'm cutting Cabal Therapies. Doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Snapcaster Mage is kind of expensive and not very good, so we can cut that. I'm curious why you do 2 of each fetch land. The 2 of each fetch land is a small hedge towards things like Pithing Needle and Surgical Extraction on your lands. It's very, 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 very marginal, and if you don't own 2 of each fetch land, it's not a big deal. but it is super marginal. Maybe, just maybe, people who thought that banning Splinter Twin was a shake-up ban should wake up and realize that it was actually fine for the format. That being said, I think banning Splinter Twin and leaving other things legal in the format is obnoxious. So, like, I feel like they walk this line with Modern that's like, we can't, like, they need to, like, shit or get off the pot, basically. It's like, you either need to decide that we're not okay with obnoxious things and get rid of all the obnoxious things, or be like, okay, you can have obnoxious things. Here's your Summer Blooms and your Chrome Moxes and your Rite in Flames. Like, pick one. Don't just, like, waffle back and forth between two different metrics. I just miss the days when, like, the thing we did that was unreasonable was, like, you know, when the discard spell was followed by, like, a 2-mana 5/6 instead of a 1-mana 8/8. I think people thinking that the Pro Tour, like, encouraged them to ban things sooner need to, like, think about it a little bit more. What we got here? We got something going to end abruptly. Another reason for any different fetches is that some people make choices based on the fetch you play and the lines you get. Yeah, exactly. Like, if you go Flooded Strand, go, oh no, don't punish me with fire, opponent. I really like not being punished by fire. Please play a Knight of the Reliquary. Please play a Knight of the Reliquary. Liliana the Veil's pretty bad for us here, too. They just got a lot of cards that are not good for us. Oh, baby, a knight that dies to a lightning bolt. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. A knight that dies to a lightning bolt. Get out of here. Alright, and then, like, here's a moment where, like, we have to decide how aggressive do we want to be. And it might be, God bless America, it might be that we want to be particularly aggressive here. So I'm gonna attack them with this Delver of Secrets, and now, like, I have to decide, do I want to Wasteland? I could Wasteland this Grove and shatter this and make them discard. Like, is that too aggressive? Yeah, I feel like being aggressive is our best chance. Actually, I'm not gonna make them discard. I'm gonna shock them. I feel like shocking them is optimal. Let's just try and kill them. Destroy target artifact, deal 2 damage. Yeah. There's Stoneforge Mystics in your deck? Lordy, we're never gonna win. Gosh, remember that time we were aggressive with our Kolaghan's command? Right on time, Force of Will. Right on time. I have one more Kolaghan's command in my deck, but yeah, the Batterskull's probably gonna kill us. The Batterskull's probably gonna kill us. Good morning, Anova. Yeah, I didn't bring in, like, my Null Rod or my Ancient Grudge because I wasn't expecting a Stoneforge Mystic package out of them. So, you know, it's a percentage point you get by playing a deck that's, like, outside the beaten path in Legacy. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, Legacy's a format where, like, this is the best deck by a lot. But, like, you know, sometimes people play decks that have, like, a lot of awful matchups, but they have good matchups against the best deck. And, like, occasionally they're going to get to play against us, who's on the best deck. And, you know, they're going to get a free win. Alright, so what's the line here to win the game? The line here to win the game involves us blocking with our Deathrite Shaman, eating our Kolaghan's command, and then edicting ourselves to let them not gain life. Yeah, yep, and then rip a bolt. The problem is, like, this line requires our opponent to not wasteland our red source, too, so, like, a lot has to go right here. So, like, if they wasteland our red source, we're just gonna lay, like, just up a creek without a paddle. We could, like, take this hit and, like, let them gain life. This also needs them to, like, not have an abrupt decay. But, like, this is, like, a play to win versus a play to not lose line, so I think taking a line that actually allows us to win the game is right here. Brainstorm into red source plus bolt, sure, yeah. Yeah, we're not just dead. Or I'll take one draw step, but like probably very dead here. Get the abrupt decay during my upkeep. Yeah. Just gonna go ahead and concede here. Get on to the next one. And again, like, you just gotta chalk up your losses. Like, occasionally Legacy is like Modern, where like there's just nothing you can do. Grixis Delver, like, has a chance in most matchups, but you still have some, like, 70-30 matchups. Like, non-rotating formats are like that. You can't have a good matchup against everything. This deck is a good matchup against the majority of the field, but not actually everything. I mean, like, the Legacy Challenge I won last weekend, I lost round 1 to Elves, which is just an abysmal matchup, and then that Elves player ended up finishing the tournament 3-4 with me being one of their 3 losses, and I won the tournament, so, like... And you just gotta, like, let those losses roll off of you. There's less matches like that in Legacy, especially when you're playing a deck like Grixis Delver than there are in Modern. In Modern, regardless of what deck you're choosing, you're picking, like, I don't know, half a dozen matches where you're just like, well, if my opponent's playing XYZ, I should just concede the match and, like, go get lunch. People asking about other Legacy decks. Yeah, we'll probably light some money on fire playing other Legacy decks on occasion. I'm playing Legacy in a tournament this weekend, and I'm playing Grixis Delver in that tournament, which is why I've been practicing playing this. Like, any meaningful tournament that I'm playing where I care about the prizes or has, like, you know, more than like a $10 entry fee, I'm probably playing Grixis Delver, because if I'm spending my time and spending more than $10 on an entry fee, I would like to do well in the tournament, and statistically, Grixis Delver gives me my best chance to do well. Yep, yeah, after we play Magic for, I don't know, 2-3 hours, we'll play some Hex today. I mean, the people not being the Cantrip Cartel and Legacy are just, like, playing the format for fun. Anyone who's, like, telling themselves they want to win at a Legacy tournament and is a spike and they're not playing this deck, they're lying to themselves. Yeah, the Mono Red Sneak Attack deck is fine. Like, it's one of the many Tier 2 and Tier 3 decks that, like, people are gonna play at Legacy, because, like, it's doing objectively powerful things, and occasionally it hits a slew of good matchups, like when the Lands player sits down across from the Mono Red Sneak Attack guy, they feel worse than, like, when the Grixis Delver player sits down across from the Lands player. Play Death and Taxes? I don't understand why anyone would play Death and Taxes in Legacy. Like, this format lets you, like, run people out with Delver of Secrets. It lets you put Gristlebrands into play on turn 1, and you're going to cast Mother of Runes on the first turn of the game? How is that fun? Can we just, like, pick something obnoxious to do? Like, at least, like, Dead Guy AL gets to, like, strip their hand with discard spells. Why Grixis over Bug? Because Grixis is the best deck in Legacy, and Sultai is not. This deck's better at doing low-to-the-ground things. Like, the Bug deck can't play Cabal Therapy Young Pyromancer, and, like, this interaction is just one of the most powerful things you can be doing in Legacy, especially as long as this card's still legal. Like, Gitaxian Probe is very, very good. And Young Pyromancer is obnoxious with it, and Cabal Therapy with Young Pyromancer is very, very powerful. Like, the Sultai decks traditionally play, like, Hymn to Torok in their deck, and you can't play Hymn to Torok against the Reanimator decks and feel good about it, and it's not even that good against, like, Sneak and Show, since they're a 1-2 combo deck, so I'd rather play Cabal Therapy and take the cards that I care about. Let's talk about Maverick. Yeah, the red-black Reanimator deck is something I could see playing. It's obnoxious and powerful. It's, like, mono-red-ish. Any chance Probe gets banned? I mean, anything's possible. Anything's possible. When was this card printed? There's not a date on the bottom of this card. Gitaxian Probe, new Phyrexia. That's been legal for, what, 5 years now? 6 years? What tier would you put stacks in? I don't know, 5, 6, somewhere down there? Unless you're talking about vintage, then it's like tier 1, right? Yeah, it seems fine. It's missing a threat, but like this Probe could be anything, and we get to Brainstorm for a bunch of chances on turn 2. I'm expecting them to unban Splinter Twin and Legacy very soon. God, we're just gonna 0-3 this league and go do anything else. And by that, I mean get a mono red deck to play in. Should we just, like, concede and go to the next match? Should we just, like, been playing 16 minutes, just, like, pack it up, pack it in, just be done here? For those that are unaware, my opponent is playing lands, which I mentioned last game that lands was a worse matchup than this deck for us, and I was not lying. I guess I'm gonna take this Pyromancer, and then, like, maybe we can get under them here. Next turn we can draw Pyromancer, and then probe them, and then have a Daze for their first removal spell or piece of action, and, like, get some tokens going. Lands, and we actually played some lands on stream for a little bit. Please don't have drawn a good one. God bless America. Oh, their hand was so bad. Their hand was so bad. And then they drew Mox Diamond. Their hand was terrible. Like, they had a hand, we had a chance, we could win the game, and then they drew Mox Diamond, and we died. Alrighty. God bless. You scoop and go play Standard, right? Land is like the Tron deck of Legacy. You just, like, have all super polarized matchups. Yeah, man, we know the rest of the cards in your hand. We know they're bad. What other decks are tier 1? I don't know. There's a lot of people play a lot of things. It's hard to objectively measure most things in Legacy because we don't get a lot of data on it. There's the Punishing Fire from a Pyromancer. Well, we tried, fam. We tried. Let's cast this Brainstorm. See, look, if they wouldn't have drawn this, we would have gotten to Daze their Punishing Fire here and make another token, and then Brainstorm and make a token, and then Lightning Bolt them and make a token, and we'd have just been all sorts of happy. Alright, am I just going back here and then Wastelanding them? Yeah, I think that's the case. I'm gonna go ahead and Wasteland them off of this. I guess this doesn't even really matter, right? Oh, is your tablet turn off? How does lands answer True-Name Nemesis? They just kill us. So, the plan next turn is definitely play True-Name. Yeah. Yeah, if our opponent hadn't drawn something to do on the first turn of the game here, we probably would have been ahead, or if they would have just drawn like a gamble. I think we would have been able to get under them this game on the play successfully. Maze of Ith, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and grab an Underground Sea here, I think. And then next turn, I can go Pyromancer, cast Brainstorm, hopefully find a land, and then bolt them. Yep. Maze of Ith, my thing. Tabernacle and Wastelanding us out of the game is another way they can deal with True-Name. they loam here, I'm dazing it. Yeah, I don't feel like getting Tabernacled next turn, which is why they didn't play a land yet. Because they want to Tabernacle. Sure, man. I am Bajuk-bogged. And, like, post-board, if we had, like, a Surgical Extraction here, we'd be in an okay spot. It's a decent draw. Let's attack with... no, they could base this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Am I forcing a loam here? I might be forcing a loam. They have another loam in their hand they can just cast. So, I think I'm going to Brainstorm before I force here, because we need to go really wide and hit them for as much damage as possible very quickly before they get this Tabernacle set up. So, we could miss on a blue card here, but statistically, we're not likely to. So, I think I'd like to do this just so I get the extra token out. Yeah, sweet. So, I'll put these back, and then we'll force this Pitching Ponder, so we keep the Tabernacle off our back for another turn. I think lands is more difficult than 4-color loam because they can combo kill us. So, this should mean we get a hit in for 3 next turn, and then we'll get to bolt them. They're going to Wasteland me this turn, essentially. They get to play another land off the top of my deck here, which is great. We're going to hit them for 6 down to 10. We're going to bolt them. Yeah, wow, we really would have been in this game. We're still in this game, actually, and we would have been winning this game by a lot had our opponent would not like to use Ghost Quarter's ability because there are 2 fetches on top of my deck, both of which I would like to draw. They're going to get to Tabernacle us next turn. There are no basics in the Delver deck. Delver decks do not play basic lands, which is why lands decks play Ghost Quarters. Oh god, are they getting a Glacial Chasm here? This has to be Glacial Chasm, right? Yep. So the one draw step my opponent took was a Glacial Chasm. The one draw step my opponent took was a crop rotation for Glacial Chasm. You know, sometimes like you hit your bad matchup and then they draw exceptionally well, and like it's fine. I'd rather have my bad matchup draw well than like my good matchups draw well, right? Or yes, what I said is correct. I'd rather have my bad matchups draw well. Yeah, they top decked a Mox on their first turn, and then like they drew crop rotation on their one other draw step instead of drawing one of the 30 lands in their deck. So it's like, you know, and again, like you just gotta kind of shake off those losses and run with it. Like if you're not okay with those, you really just can't play the format. I think Grudge is fine. I'm gonna board out 2 of these bolts. I don't think I want any of these other cards in my board. I conceded because my opponent put a card called Glacial Chasm in play that says they don't take damage. And they were going to Loam plus Wasteland plus Tabernaculus out of the game before the Glacial Chasm killed them. So the many reasons why the matchup is bad. Many reasons why the matchup is bad. No, I don't think so. I don't think you want to play cards in your board that are narrow cards for, like, one matchup. I think I'd rather just, like, accept that one bad matchup is bad and, like, move on with my life. Some Flusterstorms against... Maybe we're so tight on mana in this matchup that I don't think that's the life I want to take. I really liked the Treasure Cruise format in Modern. When we also had Pod Legal then and Splinter Twin. Like, it was a good format. I enjoyed it. I don't think I can mulligan a hand with a surgical in it. Ancient Grudge is fine, not exciting, but fine. We have 2 chances to draw into a Delver or a Deathrite Shaman here for turn 1. Fucking lands players. Sure, there's just about to be mono gas off the top of their deck. I guess they have the combo here, right? Yeah, there's the combo. Sure. Yay, Delver of Secrets. I'm gonna hold on this probe just in case they don't wasteland us and we draw Pyromancer. That being said, like, they're like 100% to wasteland us on one, I think. Wow, really? Do they draw a 1-mana spell? Or a 2-mana spell? Okay. Okay. Oh, look, the rest of their hand that we knew about. Ooh. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. I found a piece of Deathrite-shaped candy. Joke's on you, opponent. There's 19 lands in my Delver deck. Let's go. Let's go! Delver in his house. God, I mean, at least we're drawing lands, I guess. Alright, Deathrite Shaman pays for itself. This land pays for Delver. We can surgically extract this Wasteland. They have a Ghost Quarter left in their hand, but that's not too big of a deal. We surgically extract the Wasteland during their draw step, so that if they draw a Wasteland for the turn, we get to take their draw step away a bit, essentially. They drew crop rotations. They could technically cast these, right? Because they have... What we got here? Just typical land stuff. Looks like Jody Keefe's list. He's got a no, he's got 4 Punishing Fires. Okay, so not Keefe's list, but is on Ghost Quarters and no ports. Dude, what are you doing? Come here. What's up? What do you need? Do you want some pretzels? Yeah. You want pretzels? Where's your bowl? Go get your bowl. Go get your bowl, and I'll give you some pretzels. Oh, no. Get your bowl. Man, life's hard when you can't get what you want. That's tough, let me tell you. Yeah, they play 4 Ghost Quarter. The latest iterations of lands don't play ports because... So lands has such bad matchups against most of the field that, like, you have to make your good matchups a slam dunk. So, like, you don't dunk on Delver hard enough with, You don't dunk on Delver hard enough with port in your deck. So, like, you have to make your deck better and add 4 more Wastelands to your deck. No, he hit the door. Thank you. I'm getting a Mazavith here. Feels like a Mazavith. Yeah, buddy! Who's ready for the slow grind, ladies and gentlemen? Got the 11-turn Deathrite Shaman clock coming in hot. Where's my Wastelands? Alrighty, I think we're just looking for a Wasteland here. Well, that's exactly what I wanted for Christmas, right here. Anyone else believe me that this matchup's really bad yet? Anyone else? Bueller? Yeah, but like if you list off the number of matchups like you want to dodge with the Delver deck and the number of matchups you want to dodge playing the lands deck, you're ahead playing the Delver deck. I mean, like, I put $12 into play this league. Like, I'm kind of obligated to make them kill me. I feel like we're not close to 0% to lose this or to win this game. So like, we're gonna keep playing it. Not casting Delver. Well, if I cast Delver last turn, I guess I could constantly pay 3 here. I think that's bad. I think I'd rather wait till I get another land. Maybe it's a slightly faster clock, I guess, but like then they kill Deathrite Shaman. Maybe that's right. Cause like I get to guarantee flip off the Ancient Grudge. Yeah, maybe that's correct. All right, well, we tried. Just drew Dark Depths naturally. I guess we could have still been in it with the Diabolic Edict in our deck. Whatever. I guess we'll play it out next time. Might be another quick Magic day. 03 the Legacy League in 45 minutes. 03 Standard League with Mono Red in 20 minutes, and then play some Hex. Maybe. I can see that possibly being correct. That's like your memory bias there. That's 100% memory bias. You're like, oh, I hit my bad matchups. Like, as humans, like, we're programmed to remember bad things more thoroughly than we are the good things. So, like, yeah. And I mean, like, and this is a good example of why, like, people ask me why, like, I'm traveling less this year for Paper Magic. Like, let's say I spent a ton of time preparing with Grixis Delver, and, like, I fly across the country to a Legacy tournament, and, like, I feel well prepared, and, like, my first 2 matches are 4-color, loam, into land, into something else where I just, like, run a little bit bad or hit another bad matchup. It's like, man, I spent all this time preparing, and I spent $1,000 to fly across the country, and it's like, it feels really bad. Whereas, like, the Legacy Challenge, I could just, like, queue it up from my basement on Magic Online, and, like, if we run bad, I, like, get the rest of my Sunday back, and it's great. Is Hex easy or difficult to learn? If you are a competent Magic player, Hex is very easy to learn. Hex is essentially Magic Plus with digital mechanics that reduce variance that Magic has. Yeah, luckily, Tabernacle is $1,000, and they are not a lot of lands players. But yeah, like, you can still hit them. I mean, like, Underground Sea is, what, $500? So, like, you know, it's $1,500 in lands right there. I would love to play first. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. This hand's great until our opponent Wastelands us on the first turn of the game. We're gonna go Volk, Delver, go. If we knew our opponent was playing a Wasteland deck in the dark, I think I'd ponder on one here. Yeah, that can happen on any Magic trip. I'm not saying explicitly that's something exclusive to Legacy. I'm saying that's something exclusive to Magic tournaments and TCG tournaments in paper versus playing at home on my computer. So I apologize if what I was talking about came off as something bad about Legacy. I agree. That happens in every format in Magic. That even happens in Standard a lot of the time. But like that's like any paper tournament versus playing on the computer. Like, playing on the computer, there's a lot less risk, and when there's good tournaments on the computer, there's similar reward. Like, the Legacy tournament that I won on Magic Online this past weekend, like, I made $300 for taking first place, and, like, I didn't have to leave home, and, like, the risk was much lower. Yay! Didn't get Wastelanded! Yay! Oh, I should have dazed them. That's fine. That's fine. Should have dazed them. Maybe I should have dazed them? Alright, now, let's Lightning Bolt this. You're forcing my bolt. I'm gonna daze you. Oh, baby, resolve. Oh! Oh, Legacy! Oh, Legacy! Alright, not dazing worked out. Alright, miss your land drop. Miss your land drop. Rats! We're so unlucky. Oh! Just the unlucky. Why? I'm confused why you would force to protect your Deathrite if you have another land. Maybe they drew it? I don't know. Alright. Double Liliana of the Veil. Interesting. Okay, so they're playing Sultai Delver? They just wanted to turn two Liliana us. That's why they forced. Got it. Black Source? Yeah, I'll try again. Any order, shuffle. Alright. We tried. I guess they don't technically know that we missed a land drop here, right? Or that we don't have another land. Oh, geez, they drew a spell. That's kind of annoying. Please don't be Baleful Strix. Is there anything in Hex that plays similar to Abs? God, I guess it's not, technically not Baleful Strix. Request granted. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you. Alright. 4 shots at a Black Source. Holy crap, it is not our day. Maybe they won't draw the third land. See, I've read this book, and I skipped to the ending, and they draw the third land and cast Liliana of the Veil here. And we have to force it pitching our Brainstorm. No! Ponder. Alright, Bug Delver, or Bug Stuff. Cut the counter magic. Therapies are okay. Flusterstorm's fine. Pyroblast is fine. Diabolic Edict is fine. Trim 1 Therapy? That seems okay. Submit? I don't think I want any of the rest of these cards. Maybe Grim Lavamancer's okay. I think I want to keep some therapies in. Let's give this a go. Sometimes you run exceptionally bad, right? Like, I won a tournament last weekend with this deck, so like we ran exceptionally good to win a tournament. Like that's how it works sometimes. This is Magic Online telling us we should have played Standard. You're not wrong. In fact, I am finding a mono red list to paste into MTGO traders as I speak. That's fine. You think the paper magic thrill? I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by thrill. Like, honestly, I enjoy playing on the computer more than I enjoy playing in paper. Like, no joke. Like, the convenience factor is huge. And, like, not having to watch people for cheating is such huge upside to playing on the computer. It's kind of unreal. Like not having to worry about my opponents going to scum me out of a game. Like, it's kind of great. Thoughtseize? Womp womp. Probe you. Prepticate's a pretty good card. These two back. Yeah, so the problem with these Wastelands is that I don't have a way to kill my opponent's Deathrite Shaman. So, like, even if I'm Wastelanding them here, they're still going to have mana on the table. So I think I want to get rid of that. If they didn't have Deathrite Shaman, I'd try and just cut their mana, but... use this one here since we keep just drawing all these lands. So their hand right now is Deathrite, Flusterstorm, Liliana, Verdant Catacombs. I guess I'll play around. Oh, I don't have to play around Daze. I don't have an island. Whatever. We don't. This is our only delve threat, so it doesn't matter. Sure. Rawr. Nope, I'm on just a standard 1920 by whatever resolution. Found all the black sources we were looking for. Yep. Sure. Toxic Deluge, just Liliana the Veil. God bless. They drew another one. They draw a second Liliana the Veil. It feels like they drew a second Liliana the Veil. And we'll just, like, concede and go play standard if that's the case. What you got? Flusterstorm, Fatal Push. God bless. God bless us, everyone. Cast this one for... Nope. I want to do this. No, I wanted to do this! I wanted to use this mana! Dang it, Bobby. It's just such an instinct that you cast Probe and then you click on your picture. I should have played a land. I think they're going to Flusterstorm me here. Weird. Maybe I'm supposed to wait on this one, because I feel like they were close to Flusterstorming the last one. My body is ready to die to a second Liliana the Veil. Second Shaman, sure. We're losing this race technically, right? Oh, they're gaining life. Deal. Ooh, I found a piece of Fatal Push fodder. I think I want to hold this in case we draw a Brainstorm. They could draw like a Liliana, but if they Liliana, they're going to Edict us anyways, and there might not be Hymns in their deck post-board in this matchup. We didn't Fatal Push my Deathrite. How much paper MTG do I still have around then? I haven't owned an entire paper Magic deck in years. Yeah, probably years. And I used to own most of Kiki Core, but I actually just sold out the last of it. God bless us, everyone. When it rains, it pours, ladies and gentlemen. When it rains, it pours. Well, I mean, the good cheaters aren't going to get caught, is what it comes down to. Like, I assume there's some subset of cheaters that are smart enough to not cheat on camera and are also sufficiently good at cheating. Are we dead? This is 4, and then 4, and then 3. So we're technically not dead. We are technically only going to 1 here. That being said, I believe that we're on the 0 outer at this point. I tried playing Reliquary Loam. It feels really mediocre in this format. Feels really mediocre in this format. There's actually a video of us playing it. The old Burning Wish. The old Burning Wish deck. Nah, I think if we want to play something bad, like you said, want to play something sweeter than Eldrazi Stompy. All right, and then for our $12, look at that, look at that. I'm gonna screenshot that one and tweet it. The old 0306, feeling real confident. Best deck in Legacy. All right, let's cut to the sponsors tab here while I swap this deck out for a pile of mono red cards. One and Event Sunday, right? We're gonna play mono red and standard. We're done with Legacy. So, thank you everyone for hanging out.